This is Reg F. and Howard Raw with Siren Buddha Medicine. Much love to you. I want to talk to you today about mimicking, about an illusion. You're going to want to look up some stuff. If you don't know about, the straw man, you're going to hear about Santa Claus, and talk about the creator in you, and talk about how certain things are connected and mimicking the creator. What and who is mimicking God? So the thought came to mind, and we know it all starts with a thought about Santa Claus. He sees when you are sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He always sees when you are bad or good. So be good for goodness sake. For goodness sake. Who is good? God is good. God is currency. God is money. And God we trust. Dead presidents and necromancy. The money tree. We get money from a tree, a living thing, and turn it into currency. The tree and the war with earth is another thing you're going to want to look up. There's just side things. The money tree and the straw man. Who is the straw man? It's your fake person that you get when you're born and you get your birth certificate. And we pay taxes. Why do we pay taxes on just living? Who is getting money, and why are they getting money just for us being a part of? Who's profiting? God is profiting. The government is profiting. Okay? And it comes to mind All Father with God and good, if you look into the epidology. Now, when we talk about the straw man, we go into the justice system. What is balancing? Money. What is money balancing, rather? People. The justice system. Money is sheep herding people, because we're talking about the straw man indirectly. Santa Claus. He sees when you were sleeping. He knows when you're awake. Making reference to the big eye in the sky. Okay, this all fits together. The big eye in the sky, the justice system, the straw man taxing your behind from the day that you're born. And it's like something is mimicking the creator, where we were born free. Remember that song, Born Free? It's an old Western song in some little show. Anyway, the creator in you. What is happening to the creator in us? Since I was a child, I've had the feeling that there's been major desensitization going on. We've been programmed, or being programmed, more and more to be non-empathetic by the television, other types of media, through our school, and through religion. And how is this done? It's done through, we see images on television, and through classification, through education, and through gender, and through race, or what they depict as race. It becomes not them, just us, just us. These images and things that are programmed into us through these systems are then given the go-ahead. We say it's all right because it's a part of our nature, our culture. This is the agreement that our society will run like this. Even in our unconscious mind, we've been programmed to feel that things are supposed to go this way. So when they arrest certain types of people, or they do particular things in certain classes, or to certain genders, or to certain populations, You say it's just us. It's not them, or it's not us, it's just them. And we categorize and separate ourselves very easily. We justify it through other systems that reinforce it, like school. Our education says that they're ignorant, so that's just them, it's not us. Religion may say they're sinners, or they don't live right, they're morally incorrect, so it's just them, not us. Or this is just for us, that's why this is just for us, because there's something wrong with them, so it's just us, not them. And when something happens to them, the justice system kind of floods it out and takes care of it one way or another. People get herded around in society for different reasons. So we have the desensitization, the non-empathetic programming, and it's fear-based, and who is the creator in you? What gives a feeling, right? Since then that I've been watching is all the tech. They're watching you. Somebody's watching you, leading back to Santa Claus. And the Santa Claus thing goes back to, like I said, look it up. The Essenes and the hidden tribes and cultures and religions and stuff is tied up into this mythological creature. Very interesting. And it still leads all back to Germany, Russia, and stuff like that. So we get this fear-based thought in our head to watch out. Something has replaced God. The government is watching you. Something will watch you. If you don't fall in line, something will happen to you. They will see you. Okay? So when we're talking about money, back to money, made with trees, we have one thing that's a threat that I've been hearing recently is the cryptocurrency through the internet. They like to control ideas, and the internet is pretty much, if they can't control it, they're definitely documenting what you're watching and coming up with a plan on how to direct it even more. Google that. Google. Okay, so we go into the eye in the sky, and we're into all the tech and this new age. And we have weather. Is our weather being controlled? Okay. Crops versus produce. Here you go with the words again. Weather is a cross-reference to how food affects DNA. And then we get into cloning and transhumanism. Okay? And that's a whole nother open money field. People are getting in trouble for non-GMO crops, non-authorized crops. They're not a part of the game. So if they don't have the GMOs that are being controlled, we're talking about playing God. People are being arrested for rainwater. Farmers are being mistreated and controlled. Now the food affects the DNA, and so here we go with the DNA strands and stuff, and the chemtrails and stuff, and how over time that affects you can become like a robot, really, and programmed certain types of people into society. Also with the air quality, when you control the trees and you're controlling the weather, because you're controlling the weather and the tech, it can affect the trees, and it has, cutting down forest fires, droughts, and things like that. It gives you the idea of Battlefield Earth. What came to mind was this movie where the air quality was affected, and Imagine Domes came to mind. that movie with John Travolta. It was called Battlefield Earth. And the Matrix comes to mind. To perceive your godship, your vehicle, what's affecting your DNA, the trees and the air quality. Who is playing God? Who is God? And God we trust. What runs everything? Money. That rap song, money runs everything around me. Dollar, dollar bill, y'all. God is currency, and God we trust. Pay the government your taxes. There's no way out of that. Nobody messes with those guys, okay? Then the planet is surrounded with these satellites, okay? The tech and the eye in the sky. What is being controlled? Ideas, alchemy, because your DNA and earth resources are being controlled. The weather is being controlled. You can get into churn and time and space and the need to feed. Something needs to feed, whereas the creator, earth herself, and the elements like fire, water, earth, air, and ether, the real creators, source that we are, the Phi, comprised of these things. Who is the creator in you? If someone was to ask me, I would say it was the fire, the water, the earth, and the air, and my thoughts that they can create, and the world around me that it brings to me. And all those things that it brings to me provide for me and create those things of the earth. And that's tangible, visible evidence. Also that these things are under attack. And this is my true creator, right? But this thing called God came in, is now controlling these things. And it feeds from the bottom up. It is a Phi-based being, or so it is, using Phi-based beings that live on the planet who are controlling other people that are made of water and earth, and we breathe air, you know, we eat food. We're not even supposed to be eating meat. It's not necessary to eat meat. Anyway, so they feed from the bottom up. And they depict themselves as God. And they feed off of the people that need the money to consume these other elements. And now it's went far beyond that. They're controlling those elements also with the manipulation of the gene codes and the water, and controlling things to the degree that it is. And so when you say battlefield earth, and when you say what can be done, it's really a matrix or a battle for our minds, right? To perceive your battleship, our vehicle, and our DNA activation. To know that there are others trying to affect time, space, unseen space, the fifth dimension, and quantum. Already, just like as above, so below kind of theory, we see how the Creator works its way down to us, providing for us. And I also see how the thoughts from below are penetrating up, blocking out our higher selves, where we are desensitized. Stop and smell the roses. Look at the clouds float by. Allow the wind to blow on your skin and in your ears. Take a deep breath. Appreciate the true Creator. and what it morphs itself into, which can also be the downside of things, but appreciate all things, whether they be deemed negative or positive, and find the balance. And that is the justice. It's just us able to see where we're able to sway things. There is power in perception, great power in perception. I begin to see more and more each day. So, who is mimicking God? Well, it's not us. Should it be us? Should we accept our God consciousness? Our ability to be the currency, to be the thing that moves, the truth and the medicine and the change in and out of our consciousness, which becomes our societies, which becomes our people, our children, our schools, our places of worship, that we spread our ideas, our medicine, our media sign, our places to heal. Our temples start within self. I'm learning each day how to accept more and more of my God self, my temple, my own personal responsibility, accountability to address what I can, where I am, in my own space during what they call this time. So, that's my empowerment, is knowledge. And to be able to position myself differently, consciously, that is power. That's why they need for us to feel like they're God and to stay in our consciousness with this fear, tugging at our root chakra. All day long, it's constant, pounding these things into us. He sees when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. They know when you're bad or good. Oh, be good. Be good for goodness sake. Oh my gosh. You better not shout. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Government's going to get you. Better pay them taxes. Your GMOs are good for you. Listen to what they tell you. They're sanctified, bona fide lie. We're human, supposed to be human, or supposed to be free to make our own choices. But there's trickery going on. The Creator is right in front of our face, and it starts with the acknowledgement. And that's it. It's that simple. Let go to let the Creator. Let go to let the real God, the real Godship, the real person take accountability and see what's going on. Take a deep breath and see what you can do to make change. It's all that can be done, but it is significant. I wish you well. It hurts to wake up, but it also feels good. We need more people. This message was instilled in me, and I'm grateful that I was able to give it to you. Somebody's watching you. The big eye in the sky. Should we fear that more than Jah? More than the Creator? More than the Beloved that gives us the very air that we breathe, the water we need to drink, the food that we must eat? And when we take shelter from the storm, we must take it because it's powerful, mighty, and furious. Otherwise, why copy these things? Why mimic the netter? Why mimic the real Creator that has no face, has many faces, turns into everything, A tree turns into a table, and a pencil turns into a sword, and a person turns into a healer or an instrument of death when they spread their ideas of truth, comfort, love, or lies. It's all a choice and a matter of perception. You can't pull the wool over our eyes if we choose to see. I mean, we want to see. But I want to see beauty. I don't need to see just the gore. Anyway, this is a message meant for the benefit of all. Much love to you. This is Red Jeff and Howard Raw, and this is Siren Voodoo Medicine. I'm out.